Well, hello there. It's Paul Kirch, host and founder of Boss Academy Radio out at bossacademy.com. Also, the president of Websites and Leads at websitesandleads.com, where we take your static business card webpage and turn it into a lead conversion tool. So today I want to talk about one of the lessons I learned from improv comedy. So in a recent rehearsal, this topic came up. The idea that if you create something in a scene, if you create a object or an entity or whatever it is in the scene, you don't interact in it, it's a missed opportunity. So I'm going to give an example. So one of the scenes that I did was with a friend of mine. We had this little door that people were going in and out of. Actually, they were going in, never coming out. And this door was really fascinating, but we could only talk about it so long before that scene was just going to become stagnant. So what happens when we walk through the door and go to this other world that we can create? It was an amazing scene that actually ended up being hilarious, but also really engaging. So we created something in our mind and actually leveraged it and turned it into something. How often in business do we miss the opportunity where we maybe have something that we talk about doing and never do? I've talked about the law of diminishing intent, which Jim Rohn coined. That's a concept where it says that the longer we wait to take action on something we think is a good idea, the less likely it's going to happen. Think about all those $1 million and $1 billion ideas that you've had that you didn't move forward on. What happened when you revisited them? Did you all of a sudden have a lot of reasons why they were a bad idea? Maybe they were never a bad idea, but our mind is trying to protect us from something that's uncomfortable. So all of a sudden it's like we didn't take action, so now we've come up with a lot of reasons why that idea won't work. Now, the thing I love about that, once you know that concept, you can recognize it when it's happening. Now, that doesn't mean every idea you have is a good idea. Some of them are not, right? But you can do analysis on it and say, okay, is this something that I'm really just holding myself back from because I waited? So that's why Tony Robbins always says take massive and immediate action. So you probably heard that before, take massive and immediate action. The reason being is if we take massive and immediate action, we're moving ourselves forward. We're not procrastinating. We're creating momentum. And we're solidifying in our mind that this is something worth truly vetting. Now, I said vetting. It doesn't mean that it necessarily is something we're going to move forward on. But we need to make sure that if it's something we think is viable, that we've tested it. So in business, going back to this idea of improv comedy, we come up with ideas and we talk about them, but we never move forward. It's not engaging to watch, so your audience gets very bored with that. So if you talk about concepts on your show or in speeches or maybe things you write, videos you do, you're going to lose your audience if you don't prove to them that there's something viable behind it and that you can truly take action. Create that object, create that thing that you talk about, and the world on the other side could be this amazing thing that could be life-changing. And you know what? It's fun to engage, it's fun to watch. It may not work, but your audience all of a sudden has a greater trust for you, and they're engaged with what you're promoting. It's something worth exploring, right? So some of the lessons out of improv comedy translate so well into business. They're missed opportunities. They're opportunities to shine and stand out and truly engage. And one of my favorites is if you talk about something, move forward, create it, at least vet it, and make sure it's viable. The world on the other side may just be something that you never dreamt could be possible. And I'll tell you what, it's going to be fun for your audience to watch. You're going to get greater engagement, and they're going to trust you more. So my name is Paul Kirch. I am the host and founder of Boss Academy Radio. This 3-year long-running show has been transforming the lives of business people everywhere. Don't take my word for it. Go out to bossacademy.com and check out our testimonials. And we've had people like John Scully, the former CEO of Apple Computers. We've had John Warlow, who wrote Built to Sell. Boss Rutan, 2-time UFC heavyweight champion. Ben Settle, one of the best copywriters in the business. Aaron Marino, founder of Alpha M. These are some of my favorite guests and some people that just really rocked every interview, gave such value. And that's what this show is all about. BOSS does stand for Business Ownership Success Strategies. I'm also the president of Websites and Leads, so I encourage you to come out to websitesandleads.com, where we will take your static business card webpage and turn it into a lead conversion tool. So once again, my name is Paul Kirch, host and founder of Boss Academy Radio. I hope you have an amazing day.